Okay, I'm back. It's Mary Sotoli with the Follow Your Bliss Foundation, and I'm pretty excited because this is our 1-year birthday of the Follow Your Bliss Foundation. I put up our website exactly about a year ago, and we're growing, and a lot of fun things are happening. I'm connecting with all kinds of people who are looking to get involved and help, and it's pretty exciting. So today, I want to talk about a few things that I have going on. First, a new program that we're going to implement, and we need your help. It's called Gift a Benzo Warrior. And the purpose of this is to kind of engage with each other a little bit, because I know that all of us coming off benzodiazepines are really isolated because our nervous systems are so messed up, and we sort of have to. And so there's a lot of people that are contacting me via email that are in pretty desperate shape. They are trying to apply for disability. They have no funds to pay for counseling or services. And so what I want is, if you know somebody that you want to support, in particular that watches these videos or that's involved, that you want to sponsor, you can contact me through our email address, which is FollowYourBlissFoundation@yahoo.com. That's also our PayPal address, so you can just donate and tell me the person's name you want to gift forward to. And then also, if you have someone that you know that's struggling with this, that's not necessarily somebody that's participating here on the website or on the links, you can let me know who you want to sponsor. So email me with that information and we can set something up. But I think this is about us all getting involved and having a voice so that we can spread the word about this problem. It's getting huger by the day. To give you an idea how huge it's getting, when I first started my website a year ago, for about the first 6 months or so, my analytics were showing about 100 new visitors a month. That's up to almost 500 right now. And I think people are freaking out. They're not getting answers from their doctors, and they are looking for answers online. And to my knowledge, myself and Don Killian are the only two people with websites and videos and information on an ongoing basis that have been started for this purpose, to help people like yourself who are trying to get off. And so this is really important. We have an opportunity here, and this is kind of how I see this. This is just from my own experience and perception, is I believe this is sort of an opportunity for a transformation of souls. And if I could explain that in the most simple terms, it's like all of us who are going through this benzo shift thing are having to go really inward and take a different kind of a journey. It's a spiritual evolutional journey that we get in touch with how we are evolving as individuals as well as a collective. So I'm thinking that with this whole kind of drug culture that is evolved because our society is at such a fast pace that no one has time to slow down and really meditate or get in touch with nature, or some of the things that we really are out of sync with in our society. And I know this experience has allowed me to sort of evolve in a different way and get back into the flow of life where I'm not pushing so hard to make things happen. And I think a lot of you have heard me talk about Esther Hicks, who channels Abraham, that I followed a lot. Her information, and I've encouraged a lot of you that I counsel to listen to her work online. She has lots of videos. And I suspect that this is sort of an opportunity to wake up the masses with our stories about how horrific these drugs are. And I know there are a certain amount of people who don't have problems with it, but there are going to be a lot more if we don't speak out and if we don't get our stories out there. So that kind of is part of what precipitated this today was a number of events that have happened. There was a story online by a reporter at the Chicago Tribune about the opioid Benzo issue. Now, the article was really, I think, geared more toward the opioid issue, which we all know is getting all this media attention, but not the benzos. And I think it's because there is just a disconnect with the mental health system. There is so much okayness about antidepressants, and we have been labeled all these mental health, ADHD, anxiety, depression, there's just labels. And I was listening to a report on, I'm trying to think where it was, but it had something to do with a number of students in colleges now seeking mental health services. They had no mental health services when I was in college back in the 80s. And this has all of a sudden been, it's almost kind of like it's like an organized healthcare manipulation to get us all on these drugs. And not saying that all drugs are bad, because there's a certain amount of things we all need to take an occasional antibiotic, and there are things that are very, very productive type medications, but the mental health stuff, I don't know. I just think that we've just made it too okay to not be anxious or not be depressed or not have emotions in our society. And there's got to be something wrong with us. We have to have a label if because you have to have a label to get the pill. So figure it out. But anyway, so this guy at the Chicago Tribune, I wrote to him because I was getting tired of the media not covering our story and them covering just the benzos or the opioid story. Anyway, I get an email back from him today, and he says, well, I don't think we'll be able to do another story on benzos for a while. That was it. And I fired an email back and I said, what, do you have a quota that they're giving you for benzo stories? You can only do them, and then you can only do them if they're attached to opioids. But I said, this is a huge problem. And I begged him to watch some videos and go to my site and pay attention to what's going on, because the story needs to be covered. And then in the same few minutes that I get his response and email back, Chris Cornell's wife is online in a video interview today. And so I am going to contact this woman and say, look, you're not getting the straight poop about your husband's death. It's the benzos. So a whole bunch of stuff is happening here, and I'm yelling as loud as I can for everyone with this, because it's important. We have hundreds of thousands of people that are going through withdrawal off these drugs and don't know that it's withdrawal because there's not enough information. They are being pushed away by the doctors. They are being ignored, and I'm tired of it. So that's why I started this organization, and I need your support, I need your help, I need your stories. So the other thing that I got in touch with today is there is magically on this planet one doctor who appears to have his shit together in the Phoenix area. And I'm not going to mention his name yet because I just contacted their office today. They were pretty receptive about possibly using their office as a referral source so I could get help with prescription tapers, because as you know, Dr. Armstrong passed and we lost that opportunity the last 6 months because of all the garbage with the Texas Medical Board. But I'm working with a guy here in Phoenix that I'm counseling who actually has been working with this doctor for I think close to a year, tapering him off of diazepam very slowly and with the liquid taper like what we recommend, and he knows how to do that. So when I get this worked out, if you know people or you yourself need help tapering and need a doctor, I'm going to try to set this up so he can do conference calls with people who are out of state and need to have these drugs filled. So Brandon, if you're watching this, tell your mom that I'm trying to set this up because I know you're having trouble getting into a doctor to have your pills refilled. So I'm working on this now as we speak, and I will email your mom and you when I get a chance to hear back from them and see if they're open. But the receptionist said she'd pass my email on to the doctor, and I'm hopeful. I'm also working on trying to get Dr. Daniel Amen on board with this whole thing, because we need someone with big time notoriety that can is not afraid to stick his neck out a little bit, because he appears to be the only doctor really speaking out against benzodiazepines. According to his videos and his spec scans, he quit prescribing them because people with that were on benzos had such horrid scans that he could see what the drug was doing to their brain, and he wouldn't prescribe them anymore. So he's quit. And I'm hoping that I can get him to help us put together a program for the clinic that will include spec scans and diet and other approaches to help all of us heal from this tragic mental health implosion, is what I think it is. So let me see what else I wanted to cover here. I think that, as I said, that the benzos are moving us toward a better place, even though we might not think so at the time. I think it's time for us to evolve as a culture, because it's all become about money, as you know, and so much of this healthcare system is just money driven. It's all ask your doctor, make money, and it's not about compassion. And I think that this whole experience for me has caused me to become, and I think I was pretty compassionate before benzo withdrawal, but now I'm uber compassionate, because I know how human I am, and all of us are, and we need each other. We're not loving each other enough. And that's part of what my program's all about, is engaging with each other and becoming more interpersonal, interconnected, not codependent, but interconnected. Just something we've missed with the internet and so many of the things that are happening in our world. And so I wanted to get on real quick. I know I put up my other video earlier about my app, and I would appreciate it if you guys could participate in that one if you haven't already. But this one's going to be kind of short today, because I just wanted to make an announcement about the Gift a Benzo Warrior program, and then some of the things that are happening. It's pretty exciting. I set out to kind of just help a few people, and I didn't realize how many people were going to the website and reading the blogs and seeing the videos, and are really appreciating all the information and support. So your donations for the program are going to help support our website and just general overhead, because as you know, this is not about money for me. This is about principle. This is about getting the truth out about all of our stories, and I don't think any of us have gone through anything worse than the rest of us are going through. Every benzo withdrawal story that's been horrific is just horrific, and it takes away a big chunk of our life and our ability to engage with friends and family. So it's important, and it was part of my healing too, because this has been very healing for me to help other people and to just be engaged and have connection. And I met some really, really wonderful people doing this. Everybody that's been affected by this is a very sensitive and professional, was very engaged in life and doing a lot of things before they had anxiety or insomnia or whatever reason. They're not even putting people on this drug for just insomnia or anxiety. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's like a course of treatment for everything. And they can't keep prescribing that stuff this way. They're deadly. They're dangerous drugs. So I'm on a mission here, as you know. And there's going to be more to come, because I'm just getting started now that I'm getting healthy again. And I'm really happy to have you guys on board with me. You guys have been a lifesaver for me too in many ways, because having you all to connect with and share has been amazing. It's been an amazing experience for me. So join our program. Remember, Gift a Benzo Warrior, because we're all warriors who do this. We deserve medals and more. So until next time, stay the course and contact me if you need counseling We can set up an appointment, all of my information. And don't forget, please go to the FDA link. I'm going to post that again today, and report your story, because it's helping collect information about these drugs so that we can push to get more laws enforced for them to stop prescribing this stuff. Okay? So take care, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.